Hello, what it do? If you're like the average fat, sloppy, disgusting, sweaty, greasy American, chances are you've seen one of these tables before. Whether it was at a local Walmart or at a college party where the big girl decided to jump off the second-story balcony to try and lose her V card. Either way, it's the same table. Now, I don't think there's a single American that does not own this fine piece of furniture. It is the single most volatile piece of human intelligence I've ever seen in my life. It's got 2 legs, you fold them, and it's got no legs. It's absolutely brilliant. So if you're tired of looking like a cracked out Justin, sweating on Fortnite until 6 a.m. on a school night, I would highly recommend you understand some of the social cues implied in this video. For years, I fought with the ideals of giving up my beloved folding table, but after the hard switch, I realized the folding table was simply an Achilles heel holding me back from future endeavors. Now, they may have had to cut it out of my leg, but as a viewer of this video, hopefully you have a stronger psyche than myself. Similarly to the ideals pursued by Mao Zedong, change must come from within, with a little help from an iron fist, or in my case, a couple stitches and a little bit of Gorilla Glue. So in this video, I'm going to be replacing this absolute masterpiece with something far, far...
Here are some antonyms for superior, inferior, junior, worse, low quality, downmarket.
This fits literally perfect. Okay, so these are gussets. I decided to order these, kind of ball out a little bit. So today we're going to finish welding this one up and then maybe find a way to link them together. I'd like to actually mock it up on the table. I have the tabletop in my house. I don't want to get it all messed up, so it's still in the box and everything. But we need to find a way to link that to the other one, because a problem with these tabletops is it's so long that it'll actually bow in the middle, especially because I have a lot of weight I'm going to be putting on it. I've got 3 monitors, I've got a subwoofer, speakers, a bunch of stuff, so I need some way to connect them, probably with this tubing. Okay, there's plenty of length here, but the problem is my room is upstairs, so I'm gonna have to find a way to detach the pipe, so maybe create like a joint. We could use a bolt, and I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. That's kind of why I came down here today, but we're gonna finish welding this one up. So I've kind of been looking at these bad boys, the feet, and I think we're going to start off with these. So we're going to go ahead, find a hole saw that fits the bottom, cut out with the hole saw, if you know what I mean, weld that up, drill hole. There should already be a pilot hole in the center with a hole saw, depending on the hole saw bit I use. Make that larger. Then we're probably going to weld this nut on here, so this will just thread in directly. So, oh, by the way, check the latest video up in the card, baby. Let's get it. So as you can see, I've done one. It's just the same size hole, but I tacked it on. I fully welded that baby up, and now we're gonna do this one. That was just kind of testing the settings on the welder and stuff. But the worst part about this entire deal is cutting out these holes. I started this one. I spent probably 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and that's not even halfway through. Okay, this isn't thick stuff either, right? It's like it's not thick at all. And this took forever. This one, it took this corner off, so I did some sketchy stuff holding it with one hand and using the angle grinder in the other. That was absolutely horrible. But now we're gonna go ahead and weld this side up for you guys in the video so you can see my pro technique and shorts and a t-shirt, baby. Redneck for life. Look at that, baby. We done. We out here, boy. Stay hydrated, baby. Let's go. I wish I could say I meant to do that. I really do. So, I don't really think it matters if I oversize these holes a little bit. This is what we're looking at right here. Let's, there we go. Alright, that's what we're looking at. So we're going to weld this nut so we can just thread it in and out. Makes sense. This one is stationary though, so that's like a bottom, a bump stop. Only it's not a bump stop because it's a nut. We're going to a new method. Alright, baby, let's get going. Let's ground this baby right there, baby. Heck yeah, baby. Mean ground, baby. Oh yeah, baby. So just taking a look, yes, there's a little slag there. This side, looks so much better. Holy, it looks so much better. And over here, let me take a look. You can see I did grind it all down around the sides, and it still looks pretty cylindrical. So that's looking pretty nice. I'm probably not going to worry about down here. I don't really want to mess up anything, so I don't know. Look at those nuts though. I wish my nuts looked like that. Can you imagine, dude? That'd be sick nut. She's looking pretty freaking good. Okay, so now that we've got the nuts welded on, we're ready for the feet. We have to make the shelves. Now, I could have gotten some thicker flat sock and just made tabs for like the Xbox, the computer, but I wanted to be a cool boy, a hot boy, a spicy boy, so I decided to get these two thicknesses of flat bar. Okay, like alone, they're very flexible. I'm not going to bend it. Yes, I'm fully capable of bending it. They're not that strong. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a T-joint with the welder. That'll be incredibly strong as it has a spine. It will not break. Like, I could probably stand on it once this is going to be done. Spines, oh dude, so you have one. You use it every day. Okay, has it failed you? I hope not, because that would suck. We've got both Xboxes here, 360 and Xbox One. This is the original Xbox One, so it's much bigger than like an Xbox One S. I don't know about the X's sizing, but I want to keep the tabs smaller, so it still fits this Xbox, but if eventually I get like an Xbox One S, it's smaller, right? So I don't want the tabs to stick out and look ugly. So like 9 3/4 by 12. I'm hoping the legs are that far apart because I really don't want to have like a spacer. Oh, hey baby, what's good? What's good, baby? So I've got the two spine pieces here that are going to be tabs for the Xbox.
Hi, Future Ethan here. So I'm going to attempt to save you about 10 minutes of me explaining what's going on, but basically the Xbox is too narrow for the legs on the desk, so I have to build a little spacer. And that little spacer is going to space out the little arm meg bobs, as that's what a spacer does. It's kind of in the name spacer. So we're going to go ahead and build like a little 90-degree thingy that attaches and just moves the attachment point for the arm more on the inboard side of the desk as opposed to the starboard side. So there you go. I'm saving your time here. So leave a like on the video. Thank you.
It was going too well for too long. The first mistake. This is so hot. Well, heck. So this is the spacer we made, so this fits within. We're gonna have to do the same thing for the 360, just down a little further. But that's what we're looking at. They don't look parallel, but I tested it with the Xbox if it's fine. So this is super ugly, right? So what we're gonna do, I just welded that so it's hot, rip. We're gonna slice that at an angle and then round it over to try and like mimic the pipe. It'll, you know, this is in the back, right? Once again, this side's the back, and then this front side is angled like that. So we're gonna cut that at an angle and then round it over. This is all fully welded. I tested it with just a tack and it actually held the Xbox, so it's complete overkill. I know that. But what's the point? Aside from that, I'm looking where we could add more gussets, and I really don't know. Like, obviously, like, we can't add them there because that's there. We could put them on the inside, or maybe do that and then lop the front off. I might do that, because when we weld right here, it would kind of melt anyways, so I could smooth that in, so it's just kind of a nice transition. That would actually be really sick. Right there. And that just transitions perfectly. Yeah, I'm totally doing that. We're gonna mark 6 on this bad boy. Yesterday, it took 5 hours to do what's on there. This, we're already like, that's the hard part. Done. Right there. Boom. Listen, when you're piloting a drone capable of over 100 miles an hour, it would not be great if you couldn't see through the camera. No, I understand that. The 360 side is finished. Also finished the PC side. This is the side I'm worried about because my doorway is going to be like a couple feet away. So I want to make sure this doesn't fall. We're going to have to come up with some sort of like clamping system so my PC doesn't tip off. I've welded in these gussets here and one on that side as well. And next I'm going to put one in that corner as well as this matching corner right here. Now this, you can see it hangs over, but we're gonna touch that up, make it look all nice. And that's really it. So I know you guys missed a little bit. Really, it's the same process though, just squared up, measure, all that good stuff. So my PC is going right there, 2 Xboxes. The Xboxes fit. The 360 one could have been a little higher, actually. I looked at it. I decided to move it down at the last minute, but I should have gone with my original math. So in a somewhat inconclusive ending, I now have blonde hair and the desk. It's done. As you may have expected, I recorded this video literally 2 years ago. This footage is from summer 2019. I don't want to talk about it, okay? Leaving details aside, let's go ahead and take a look at this bad baby. I do not condone bad baby. I just, that's what came to mind. Continuing. It's absolutely hilarious to admit this, but I don't even live in the same house anymore. So the desk has now been transported, and there's a mod. All right, we've got this nice shelf up here, which my monitors are mounted to. I also have a 5-to-1 stereo system, so I've got speakers over here, and 3 on the desk. So I've got some surround sound action going on there. So I had this little extendo McBindo up here, and that holds my monitors. So you may be looking at this, wondering why I have a Mac here if there's a computer right there. Well, to put it simply, that computer is absolutely toast. So it's my new one. I'm building CPU. I may have dropped it, and it may have gone kabloomo. So no more CPU. We're not going to talk about that, though. It's a story for another day. So I went ahead and painted the desk black for starters. I had it raw for a while, but it just really didn't age well. It started to kind of deteriorate, so I tried clear coating it, but that just wasn't worth it, so black it is. As you did see, we do have the adjustable rubber feet, so I can level it out on the carpet. That is a big plus. It's very hard to get these kinds of desks perfectly square, so it was rocking a little bit. That has to do with the floor itself and obviously the desk. You're not a perfect welder, so yeah. Something to mention, these are incredibly sharp. I've whacked my legs on mostly the one back here, but these ones as well. I've taken chunks out of my knee before. So if you do get gussets, I wouldn't recommend a pointy one. They do look sick, but that is a an obvious downside. So we got 2 gussets up here, 1 down here. I've hit my heels on those as well. I guess that's just a really bad habit. If we swing on under, do a barrel roll. In the video, I didn't get much into detail about what's actually going on down here. I did actually put this pipe in the bender, so I got this kind of mirrored butterfly look going on. So that keeps the front nice and solid, and in the back we just got a straight piece that connects the 2 legs. You can see we've got Xbox 360 on the bottom, Xbox One. That works absolutely perfectly. You may notice these little brackets right here. So these are the power supplies for my monitors. And then we've got Xbox power supplies right here. This is for my Ethernet box, which basically just takes 1 Ethernet and turns it into like 50 of them. These brackets are all super thin sheet metal, so I just cut them with shears and put them on the desk. You're never going to see this stuff. I have little ties for wire management as well. Obviously, I don't have any computers, so there's really no wires down here, but that is a massive help. This is what's so nice about a custom application. This countertop is obviously wood. Just sink a little screw in here as long as it doesn't poke through the top. You want a short screw. But you can modify it completely to suit your needs. Like these little things help so much with wire management. You can see all the welds all throughout the desk, looking super clean. And the Xbox shelves, you can see the little arms extending. Absolutely beautiful. Ow, my head. Obviously, the shape on this upper area is pretty custom, so I can go ahead and unbolt it if I do choose. It is riv-nutted into the desk, so I can always remake that into a rectangle or just take it off completely, and then I don't have to worry about it. There's no permanent damage to the desk that's visible, at least. Just taking a look at this setup, it honestly looks like a complete studio, aside from this chair. 600,000 views later, a couple years, the chair, you know, she could be doing better. I've always had a dream of throwing it off of a parking garage. If you want to see that video, let me know. So this top cost, I believe it was $168 from IKEA. It's an IKEA countertop. I'll throw it up on the screen. And it's been pretty durable. Installing this, because this is sheet metal flashing, it did take a little nub out there. It's not too big of a deal though. It's been pretty durable. I never use coasters or anything, and it's done just fine.
Fortunately for you guys, I'm going to quit wasting your time, and this is going to wrap up the video. I really hope you thoroughly enjoyed, and if you did, let me know by leaving a like. For more videos, click the subscribe button, although none of them will be anywhere near as entertaining as this one. Regardless, have a lovely life, as I'll not disappear into the abyss of the internet and the YouTube recommended never to be seen again.